Today we are at the site of an archaeological dig. Right here you can see historical remnants from hundreds of years ago. We're really going to learn quite a bit about Sydney's rich history. Are you ready? That was all pretend. We're actually at a hostel. It still is the site of an archaeological dig, but the real purpose of today's visit is to check into this hostel and maybe meet some new people. So, shall we? Yeah, let's check in.
Youth Hostel Association, or YHA in short, is a global nonprofit organization overseeing more than 4,500 hostels all over the major cities in the world. It's well loved by young backpackers. If you have a tight budget for accommodation, these youth hostels would be excellent for you. Besides really affordable prices, the hostels have another perk to offer, which is to communicate, share, and celebrate with young people from all over the world.
Hi.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm actually checking in today.
Yeah, awesome. Do you have your passport on you?
No, I don't have my passport.
That's okay. Do you have any sort of photo ID?
Would a California driver's license
Yeah,
work?
that's totally
Oh,
fine.
good. Okay. I have a quick question. If I go to places like to check in for a hotel or a hostel and I don't have my passport, usually it's okay to use like a driver's
photo
license?
ID is fine.
Okay,
You can
great.
get a photo even if it's from overseas.
Okay, good. Thank you. See you later. Bye. 205. Here we go. Let's go in. Here we go. I'm just going to drop off my suitcase and then let's do a bit of exploring. But you want to come inside and check it out with me? Here. Ooh, we have two sets of bunk beds, some lockers. Nice. Maybe I'll just put my suitcase over here and kind of tuck it away. All right, well, I want to do some exploring and maybe meet some people. Here we go. Ooh, little kitchen area. Oh, this is cool. So I can put my food here and label it with my name. So hopefully no one takes it. This is nice. I like having my own snacks. What's over here? Ooh, got a microwave and a crock pot, some cups. I'll need these later. Oh! Sneaky, sneaky. Someone left a mission card for me to find. Okay, let's see what it says. Andy, you're already familiar with this place, but you probably don't know how many interesting people are staying here. True. Today's mission is for you to find guests and engage them in a travel experience sharing contest. One hostel staff member decides on who has the richest travel history, and that person gets a big prize, while everyone else gets a small prize. Well, I definitely want to win. I want that big prize, regardless of what it is. You know I'm very competitive. So I guess I need to go find some people to share stories with me. Let's go this way. It's going to be tough finding people to tell me travel stories. Maybe this guy over here. Let's see. Hi. Sorry to bother you. Do you mind sharing like a travel story with me?
No.
No? Okay. Well, thank you for your time anyway. I appreciate it. Have a good time. Ooh, okay, we'll try another person. Hi there. Sorry to bother you. Would you mind taking a second to share like a really interesting travel story with me?
I'm sorry, I got a missing book. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Sorry to bother you. Thank you so much anyway. Appreciate it. Oh. Hi. This is a little awkward, but sorry to bug you. I was wondering if you would want to share some travel stories with me. I'm on a mission to find the best travel stories from people at this hostel. Are you guys down? Yeah? Okay, cool. I'm Andy, by the way. I probably should have said my name. But yeah, do you guys want to go chat like maybe over there outside?
Why not?
Okay, cool. Yay, let's go. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, awesome. You're our official judge?
Yes, I will judge your stories. So we can start to tell a story. Do you want to start?
I would love to start, yes. Probably my best story from traveling, at least this past month, was almost getting thrown into a lake in New Zealand by a drunk man. We were coming back from river rafting, great adventure. It was David right over there, and we were walking back, and we walked past this beach party that was going on. And I was nodding at people, sending some waves, like trying to making some friends. And all of a sudden, this man he has a bottle in his hand. He's wearing like a sleeveless shirt, and he walks up to me, and I had a towel over my shoulders. And he walks up to me and he says, he goes, "Hey mate, I'm gonna need your towel." And it was a hostel's towel. So I was told him that you can't. This is actually the hotel's towel. Like, you can't have it. I can't just go give these away. And he goes like, no. He's like, they have plenty of towels. They have so many towels. You can give it to me. And I said, no, actually I can't just give that away. And he looks at me, and if you don't mind me demonstrating, he looks at me and he says, well, you're going in the lake. And he goes and he reaches and like grabs me around the waist and just lifts me into the air. But I gave him a couple like pats on the back, and I was like, I don't want to go in the lake. Like, that's not what I want to do. And then a couple of his buddies thought what was going on, and they kind of gave him like the no, don't throw that kid into a lake kind of look. And but yeah, then he kind of set me down and like kind of staggered away. But yeah, that's probably the wildest thing that's happened to me in the recent past. There you go. All right.
Oh my gosh. Tough act to follow. So I was thinking about a good story, and I think one that maybe was like the scariest time for me when I was traveling was when I was in high school. And we went on this backpacking trip to Yosemite. So the first day we're walking along and like sightseeing, and there's big waterfalls and it's so beautiful. And then the weather starts changing. We have a guide with us, and he's like, well, hopefully it doesn't rain, or, hopefully lightning doesn't strike, because that would be really bad. Someone could get electrocuted. And I'm like, wait, someone could get electrocuted? Why do you have us coming out here if there's the possibility of electrocution? So we just keep walking, and we're so close to our campsite. We're about to like lay down our tents, and then it just starts pouring, like pouring rain. We're instantly drenched, but we're like putting all of our tents up, trying to keep dry if we can and get inside. And then all of a sudden we hear thunder, and we see lightning. The camp guides, the people who are guiding us, are like, oh my gosh, they're really serious. Everyone, you might get electrocuted. You need to go like this, squat, and put your arms like that, so that if lightning hits you, it'll just burn your fingertips and you won't die. And I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my gosh, why am I here? Soaking wet, and we're all just like this, as if we're in some like stupid Pilates class or whatever. We're just holding this, and then finally, no one died. I'm still here. I'm not a ghost. But then, thinking back, I'm like, was he just trying to scare us? I will never know, but I'm just glad I'm alive today to tell the tale. And that's my best travel story.
My story is a recent story about in Australia, in Melbourne, about the Australian Open, which was a very unexpected, grand adventure. So my friend Devin and I had just seen a wonderful play in Melbourne, and we were headed back to our hotel when out of nowhere Devin turns to me and he says, "Guess what, Charles?" And the story that Devin told me was that Devin had been talking to this couple, and they weren't able to go to the Australian Open, so they were giving their tickets away, their ground passes. And so Devin got these ground passes from this very nice old couple, and so it was late at night. It was probably somewhere around 8 p.m., and so we were on our way to the Australian Open after this great play. The grounds where there was a huge big screen TV, people were watching the tennis matches going on, and we don't think that's our final destination because we have these passes. So we cross this bridge. There's these mysterious noises coming out of the speakers as we're crossing the bridge, and they're kind of scary, and it's nighttime and bats are flying all out through the air. So it was a creepy kind of experience. No one was around, so we didn't know where to go, so we just kept walking. We get to the edge of the bridge, and there's a stadium in front of us, and we didn't think it was the right stadium. So we were like, okay, we'll look around a little bit and then maybe turn around and go back to where we came from. But eventually we came across the entrance to the gate, and before we knew it, we were into the grounds, past the gates. So we went up the steps, we went into the arena, Rod Laver Stadium, where the matches were being played. It was the Australian the homeboy had his match, so that was a pretty big match that night that we were just watching on the TVs. We couldn't get into into the actual arena because we didn't have the actual tickets, but we got to hear the game going on as we were watching it on the screen above. We could hear the grunts and the ball hitting the court, and it was great. And then the last match of the night was a women's match, and we didn't have tickets for this match either, but we thought we'd stick around and just we're at the Australian Open. We're going to watch it at the Australian Open. So it's about halfway through the match. Alina Svitolina was playing, and she was doing very well against her opponent, and so a lot of people were leaving the match. And about, like I said, halfway through, this couple walks out, and they're like, "We need to leave early to get our child to bed. Would you like our third row seat tickets to the match?" So we got third row seat tickets for the rest of the match, and we were watching Alina Svitolina right in front of our faces on the court, and it was an amazing experience we never thought we'd have. And it gets better because after the match, Alina Svitolina did her speech right in front of us to the international TV audience, and then she came around to sign autographs later. And I'm frantically waving to her from the stands. And Alina comes over to me, and I hand her down my ticket, and she signs the ticket, and she signs my friend Devin's as well. We actually had ground passes for the next day. It does get better even because it can, because the next day when we went, we were shocked to know that Roger Federer was going to be warming up on a court on the grounds. The GOAT, the greatest of all time, Roger Federer. So we got close to the fence to watch him warm up. He was probably from, at one point he was from me to you, Franco. And so that was just an amazing experience to see him hitting on this practice court even. And as you may know, he went on to win the Australian Open this year, so that's something I'll always be able to tell my friends as well. So an amazing experience with great players on both the women's and men's side this year for me.
Wow. Here, we'll hand this back to Franco. Great stories, all of you.
Okay.
So who is the winner?
Oh my God.
Honestly, all the stories are good, but in my opinion, the best story is your story.
Yeah.
Because,
Good job, Charles. Woo! Charles wins. What do you get?
From Palace Museum.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. I feel so grateful to have found you three here at this hostel and to also have met you, Franco. You all have been so lovely, and I'm really excited that we're staying here because you never know what stories you're going to hear and what people you're going to meet. I met some fellow Americans, so I feel right at home right now. And Franco, where are you from?
I'm from Argentina.
From Argentina.
Yeah.
Wow, so many cultures, and this has really been a lot of fun. I think that about wraps it up. Thank you for joining us, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Bye.
Do you have your passport on you?
You're already familiar with this place, and I want that big prize, regardless of what it is. Are you guys down? Tough act to follow.
It's about halfway through the match.
I feel so grateful to have found you three here at this hostel.